Hello, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends. I'm difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before I begin, you can find this show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think, what you don't think, and what you try not to think about. Welcome to the Difficult and Demanding Show. I'm real, uncensored, unconventional, and shoot straight between the eyes. My show is outrageously honest with a keenly witty view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every single day. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. I'm going to provide laughter, shock, while touching your inner being. Maybe your body if you're lucky. Why do I call myself difficult and demanding? Well, first, because I can. 2, because I'm not supposed to. 3, this is the most important point. It only means something if I give life to it. So, I'm going to slowly unveil you to you and give you a new life to live. Difficult and demanding is going to liberate every part of your being and maybe your body. I, your host Tara, am keeping it authentic, intriguing, and provocative. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here. So you've decided to come back to me. That was a very wise choice, because I have something I want to share with you. Something I think you really, really want to know. You want to know? Of course you want to know. So what I'm talking to you about this week is a slight spinoff from the episode that I released last week, which was called Am I Worthy? This week's episode is called Kill the Message. Kill the message. Now, typically you hear the term shoot the messenger, kill the messenger, but we don't want to do that. That's illegal. So we don't want to kill the messenger because then you would kill difficult and demanding. And what would your life be without me? Wouldn't exist. Right. So we are going to focus on the message. Now, we receive a lot of messages from many different people and many times a day throughout our lives. We're just inundated with a lot of information and messages. And it's hard for us to assimilate, figure out what we should pay attention to, what we should not pay attention to. But let me tell you something. The information that you pay attention to is the information that catches your attention. Have you ever wondered why one subject catches your attention versus another? No, you don't have time for that shit, right? I understand, but let me educate you. You are drawn to people, places, and things because something within you resonates. It vibes. There's an attraction. Now, I didn't say that attraction is good or bad. Once we continue with this episode, you will be able to ascertain for yourself whether it's good or it's motherfucking bad. Do you understand? So we have messages coming to us. Some solicited, some unsolicited. Nonetheless, they seem to make their way into our life and catches our attention. Have you tracked or paid attention to what interests you? Deeply, deeply interests you? No, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? You want me to get to the point? Yeah. This is the point. There is information coming to us more specifically from people, and we take it to heart. But what's more interesting to me is the information that we take to heart is from people who have certain titles. We, as people, love fucking titles. Titles are categories. They're judgments. It helps us rank people in regards to importance, level of importance. So we take a lot of pride in those labels that we place upon people, right? If someone says that they are the president, you will be more inclined to listen to them. If someone says they are the vice president of the hobo states, you would determine that motherfucker's crazy, right? So, title. What a person's title is, it determines the weight, the credibility of the information that's being received. Are you following me? So we are taught, showed, told, whatever, that if a person is your teacher, your best friend, your life partner, your boss, a religious figurehead, what they say is fucking gold. It's worth more than goddamn gold. Why? Because we have a faulty assumption here. Our assumption is if they have that title, then naturally they have all the skills and the qualities that are necessary to perform that goddamn job. You confused? Good. Listen to what I'm saying to you. You assume that because someone is in a certain role, let's say a teacher, that they have all the necessary skills and attributes to do that job to the best of their ability. So we entrust our children or ourselves in the hands of this person. Because if everyone else is going to this person, then they must know what the fuck they're doing, right? Until you find out otherwise. Now, how do you know if the message that you are being given by a particular person is right for you? Do you know the difference between feedback and criticism? You're saying, shit, same damn thing. What is it? What is it? Difficult and demanding. They're not the same thing. Feedback uplifts, supports you, fortifies you, builds you up. Criticism tears you the fuck down. So we have people with these titles in our lives, coming into our lives, giving us messages, information, with their quote unquote good fucking intentions. And they tell you that they're trying to help you. But before they came to you, you felt one way. After they finished speaking to you, you felt another motherfucking way. So how is it that this person with this stature comes share some information with you and you feel more fucked up than you did before you talked to the son of a bitch? But do you question that? No, because you say, this is a teacher, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my grandmother, this is my best friend. If they're sharing this information with me, it must be true. It must be right. They have my best intentions at heart. Let me tell you something about best intentions. Fuck that shit. You can have all the great intentions in the world, and whatever you do, you're trying to execute can go really, 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 really fucking wrong. And people tell you shit saying, I have your best intentions. We are like family. What I'm doing is right for you. If it's right for you, then why in the hell do you feel chewed up and spit the fuck out? Do you think about that? Someone comes and give you information saying, I have good intentions. I have your best interests at heart. And by the time they're done with you, You feel like they chewed you the fuck up, spit you the fuck out, and then stepped on your fucking ass on the ground and then kept on walking. Some of you understand what I'm saying. Some of you are trying to resist what the fuck I'm saying because you can't connect the fucking dots. That's okay. Good intentions, whether they're genuine or not, is not a justification for anyone making you feel bad. Now, I'm not saying you're perfect, and I'm not saying you need to be perfect. All you can do is your goddamn best, and that changes every fucking second of every day. So if you know you're going through this life, this world, you're doing your best, you're trying to create no harm, no foul, trying to achieve your goals, trying to be the best person you can be, and then you got this person who's in your life with this title coming to share some information, some observations that they have about you, and they leave you doubtful, questioning yourself. Are your goals worthy? Can you achieve? They leave you spinning in a trail of fucking shit, confused and wondering why. Why should I? Can I? You see, I want to see beyond what the fuck is in front of my face. I want to see beyond what the hell is going in my goddamn ears. Because we as people, we're good at smokes and mirrors and illusions and fucking delusions. We're all confused. You see, when people come giving you advice, you're assuming that they got their shit together. You're assuming that they have a certain role, a certain title. Naturally, the shit is together. I have some news to share with you. Every single person on this goddamn earth has fucking issues. Did you hear what I said? Every person who is living and breathing on this fucking earth, and those that have passed away, all have issues. Some are just better at hiding it. They can mask it with success, with confidence, with money, being attractive. They can hide it. You see, but you can't hide that fucking shit from me. I can fucking smell it like a goddamn wolf. Do you understand? They may be able to fool you and everybody else, but I know you're just as fucked up as me and the next person next to me. Very fucked up. The question is, what are you doing about it? The messages that catch our attention are the messages that feed all the good things we love about ourselves, or fucking poke to life the things that we dread and we try not to look at in regards to ourselves. And I want to focus on those messages that make you cringe, that make you shameful, embarrassed, guilty. I want to focus on that fucking shit. Because I believe, and I've said it before, all those bad emotions, they are your fucking best friends. You can actually trust those emotions more than any goddamn person walking on the face of this earth. Yes, you can trust your dark, heavy, negative emotions more than any motherfucker on this earth. More than any person. You know why? Because if you're sad, you are trying to tell you something. If you're angry, you are trying to tell you something. If you are despondent, if you are confused, that is your way of telling you, my love, that there's something wrong. There's something that you fucking need to look at. Now, if you chopped your goddamn finger off and it was gushing with blood and you saw the blood coming out of your body, naturally, you would go to the doctor and you would get your finger fixed. But if you're feeling sad, you're feeling lonely, you feel rejected, dejected, no, we don't want to look at those feelings. We want to ignore that shit. Why? Why is it okay to go fix your finger that got chopped the fuck off, but it's not okay to fix your inner being, your well-being, your soul, and it's telling you, I don't like what the fuck that person just told me. Why can't you respect that? Why can't you trust you over somebody with a goddamn title? You think because someone says that they have your best intentions at heart, you think that shit is true? You think because they say it and they sound like they mean it, it's true? If anyone had your best intentions at heart, let me tell you something. They would take great fucking care with your heart, mind, body, and soul. Listen to what the hell I just told you. You got people who like to carry fucking bones, bone carriers. You know who bone carriers are? Those are the people who have your fucking skeletons and they come delivering that shit. They come kicking up your traumas, your issues, your trust issues, your sexual issues. They come kicking up all that shit, right? Saying they're trying to help you. They want you to be more self-aware. All they're doing is rattling your fucking cage. They're shell shocking you, but they're saying they're helping you. You need to work on this. You need to address this. People who love you, respect you, care for you, they will handle you gently. They would look and say, okay, the message that I'm giving this person is causing them to feel uneasy. It's causing them to feel unsettled. There's another way that I can get this information to them. There's another way I can do this. What do you guys think about that? You're saying, well, no, that's not ideal, difficult demanding. Yes, the fuck it is. Because it's time for all of us to grow the fuck up emotionally and mentally and start delivering things that are well-serving for the people we claim that we care about. Now you have other people who don't really have a title, or maybe they do, but they want to place themselves in a higher role. They want to give them a higher purpose, give themselves a higher purpose in your life. Have you met people like that? Who they are at one level, one rank, and they're trying to weasel their motherfucking way to a higher status in your life, right? You have a teacher trying to act like your fucking father. You have a so-called associate trying to weasel the way to be their best friend. What do you think about people like that? They decide that, you know what? I understand you gave me this job. You gave me job A, but I feel like I deserve job M. So I am going to take job M because that's the role I should be in, and you can kiss my ass about the job that you did give me. Have you ever encountered people like that? Who just think that they're so goddamn important that naturally they should be that important in your life. I firmly believe if I hire you to do a goddamn job, that's the job you should motherfucking do. And unless and until I tell you otherwise, you better stay the fuck in your place. Because people who do not know how to stay in their place and do not know how to stay in their lane in your life, that is a red flag. People who are trying to be more than what you ask for, more than what you need from them, those are dangerous sons of a bitches. They're dangerous. They're out for something. Now, they could be looking to take something from you, or they could be looking to exert something over you. But the fact is they want something from you. They want something from you. And they mask it with trying to be helpful. Helpful. The best way for you to determine if something is helpful is how it makes you feel. Does it make you feel intrigued? Does it make you feel stronger? Does it give you more perseverance to pursue your goals? Or does it leave you disheartened and distraught? You see, we can't listen really to what people say and what they do. We need to focus on the end result. How did that impact you? How did that leave you? Did that leave you better or did that leave you worse? Because if you're consistently dealing with someone who's leaving you feeling worse, that person does not have your best intentions at heart. Their information may be accurate and on point, but the way it was given to you, if it was careless, neglectful, that person's not good for you. Can you guys sit with that for a moment? You must sit with that for a moment. A title, a status, doesn't guarantee that you're safe, that you're secure, that you have inner security, that your confidence is still intact. It doesn't guarantee anything. So when you're dealing with people, I'm not saying, side eye every motherfucker that you deal with, but you have to use good judgment and discretion when you are receiving something from someone else. What is the energy coming from them? Do you feel love, acceptance, respect, understood? Or do you feel edgy? doubtful, cautious. Because that is you trying to tell you whether you should trust what you're receiving or you should mistrust what you're receiving. But we don't listen to ourselves because this person has this high rank and authority. They have money, they have power. So that means more than you. And how many times I have to tell you nothing means more than you? There's only one of you, which means you are probably more than likely the most important person in your world, you. So how can you give your parents, your siblings, your coworkers, your best friends, how can you give them more importance? Their well-being more importance than yours. Because if you're not good, you're definitely not good for anyone else. Listen to what the fuck I said. If you are not good, do you understand the word good? Like feel motherfucking good. Do you understand? If you are not good, how are you of any use to any motherfucking body else? How? We're all walking around here like broken pieces, half-stepping, ass backwards through life, not living life to our fullest extent because we're chopped up, we're scarred, we're not healed, we're just fucking broken and tattered. And what do? We keep going back, getting broken into smaller and smaller pieces. And then when we decide one fine day that we want to put ourselves together, it's hard to put ourselves back together. Because we've allowed ourselves to be broken into such tiny, tiny pieces, you can't put the shit back together. And I'm telling you, stop it. You don't have to get yourself broken down so much that you turn into grains of sand. That is a fool's way to approach life. If you stop listening with your goddamn brain and you stop listening with your brain and start listening by how you feel, the vibes, the energy that you get from whatever you're doing, wherever you are, whoever you're with, you will get a lot further in life. You will avoid a lot more heartache and pain and disappointment. But no, what do? We go back. We go back because it looks right and it sounds right, but it feels fucking wrong. Yes, it looks right, it sounds right, but it feels wrong. So what do? You go with what looks right, what feels right, and you go with what looks right and what sounds right and ignore how it feels. And then you're so far down the path that you're fucked up, sun up to sundown. You just feel horrible. Horrible. We cannot allow people to overtake us. Our thoughts, our feelings, emotions. We cannot allow them to do that. We cannot allow people with quote unquote great intentions to come and piss all over us. You cannot allow them to do that. Now, am I saying there's not a grain of information that you could use for your betterment? Always. Knowledge is power. And the more knowledge you have, the more motherfucking powerful you are. Do you understand? And when I mean powerful to move through life, to make moves, to be the best you can be. So you never turn away from fucking information. But what you do, you have to filter that shit. Filter it. Take out the gems and flush all the other shit away. You have to really see another person's soul to see what the fuck you're dealing with. Because not everybody, they're not your friend. And just because someone says they're your parents, they may not have your best interests at heart. They may believe so. They may think they know what is right for you. But if it does not make you happy, and someone keeps insisting that you do, say, or go be with someone that does not make you happy, common sense, which is not that common, would tell you this shit is off. Why would someone keep suggesting something for me that I've clearly showed them and told them I don't like it, I don't want it, I don't want to do it? And they keep saying, you got to do it, you must do it, this is the only way. When you are placed in a corner between a rock and a hard space and people are telling you you have no choice, how big of a red flag do you need? How big of a red flag do you need? Should you be able to trust the people who are closest to you? Hell yes. Does that mean that you can? No. The person that you need to trust above anyone else is you. And the only way that you can trust you is if you start listening to you. And how do you listen to you? By listening to how you feel, watching how you feel. If you're not fucking happy, that means you're not listening to yourself. You're listening to other people about what they think should make you happy. And it's not working for you. And you want to know why people have midlife crisis, why teenagers are depressed and suicidal. You're wondering why you're anxious. You're wondering why things are not going right in your life because you're listening to the wrong people. And you should be listening to yourself. Anyone can become a leader in their own life. Now, you may not be a leader in all respects, and that's okay. But you need to learn how to lead yourself. You need to come up with a belief system, a charter on what you want your life to look like and how you're going to live your life. If you're not careful, you will be ran the fuck over by many different people trying to shape and mold you. And the only one that has the right to shape and mold you is you. But do you know you? Can you get to know you? You need to consider that. You also need to consider the people in your life. And some people need to be fired. Maybe some people need to be fucking rehired. Some people need to fucking demoted. You got to do some corporate restructuring. You got to restructure the people in your life because if you are not getting the support that you need in the way that you need it, you will not win. You will always be struggling, held back, dragged down. You will not reach your full potential of whatever that is if you don't have the right support structure and support staff in your life. You need people that can shine a light into you to help you grow and be the best you can be. If you feel drained, worn out, worn the fuck down, you feel blocked every which way, you got the wrong energies around you, you got the wrong people around you, and you need to do better. And you will not do better until you fucking make some changes. Not everything you receive in the form of a message is beneficial to you. Most of the information you receive is not beneficial to you. So you have to be able to determine what purpose does a message, information serve to you. Some information you get, you need to put that shit away on the shelf because you may need it for future purposes. Some stuff, you may need to take a grain of sand out and flush that shit down the toilet, the rest of it. Some of it, you need to ignore completely. Some of it is lemons. You need to take that shit, turn it into lemonade, and benefit you. So when you're going through life, you have to start training your brain on what to do with certain types of information. We need to stop being lazy and assuming that just because this person is your best friend, this person is your husband or wife, this person is your mother and father, we have to stop being lazy by the information and the vibes that we're receiving from people and take better care of our well-being emotionally and mentally. If it doesn't sound right and it fucking doesn't feel right or any combination of that, then it's not right. I spend a lot of time, thinking when I'm having the small talk conversations with people, like, is this shit benefiting me? Like, how is this conversation helping me make me better and make my life better? I can't stand fucking small talk. It's a waste of my goddamn life force and energy. I don't like it. People are just talking and you're not saying anything at all. I can't live a superficial fucking life. I want to go deep as fucking possible. I want to connect deeply. I want to understand deeply. I want to move fucking deeply because I believe life is meant to be felt. It's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be fucking relished. If you have your most favorite food in the world and someone took their fucking pinky swiped it through it, and shoved it in your mouth and said, that's all you're getting. You'd be like, huh, what the fuck? No. Give me that whole plate of food. Then if you want the whole plate of food, then you need to start trying to live your life fully to enjoy it. Why take a whiff and a sniff when you can dive the fuck in? But to do that, we have to get open. We have to get more vulnerable, and we have to be more discerning. Discerning. Yeah. You may not make a lot of friends by doing this because, everyone thinks they're important. Everyone thinks that what they have to tell you about you is the most important, and they think you should do what the fuck they say. And I'm telling you, no, the fuck you do not. Told you before, everyone's entitled to an opinion, and you're entitled not to give a fuck about what they say, do, or think. And it's okay for you to tell them that. Of course, in your own way, not in my way. But some people, you may have to tell them the way difficult and demanding just told you. I don't give a fuck about what you say, do, or think. Now what, motherfucker, what? You got to put people in your place, and you have to have personal boundaries. Otherwise, you will find that you're walking through life being violated. Being violated and being siphoned. Your energy, your efforts, and creativity, you will find that you're losing it. That has been stolen from you. You won't be able to get too far in life if you're blocked and you're drained. You understand? Just because someone said, I love you. Just because someone says, I care for you. Just because someone says, I want the best for you. Just because someone says, you're like family to me. I'd be like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. Get to the point. What do you have to say? This is what I'm saying in my head, of course, while I'm sitting there listening so innocently. Can you believe I can be innocent? Yes, I can be very, very innocent. And then I look at the message and I take the message and I take the message and I put it in my heart center, the middle of my chest. And I go, okay, how does this make me feel? Then I sit with it. And then I determine what the fuck I'm going to do with it later. Because I call bullshit. I call a lot of bullshit. Me no likey bullshit. Me no likey bullshit. I don't like bullshit, and I don't like people overstepping their boundaries into my realm, my queendom. It's mine. I get to determine what stays. I get to determine what goes. You understand? Whether you can come in or out, I get to determine that. And all of you need to take the reins and ownership of your life. I don't care what age you are. You can be a child. You can be a teenager. You can be a young adult. You can be a middle-aged adult. You can be a mature adult. At some point, you have to take the reins of your life and start using you as a honing device or some type of gauge to determine this works for me, this doesn't work for me. You know what? This person's been in my life and they have always irritated the fuck out of me. I need to distance myself. It's okay. It's okay. You will feel a lot better. You will feel a lot better. Now, some of you are scared of feeling better, and you need to take baby steps. You do that. But if anything you take from this show, just because someone has a title or a role in your life or a role in life in general, doesn't mean that what they're sharing is right for you, including me, difficult and demanding. If it doesn't sit with you and make you feel well, if it doesn't sit with you and make you want to do better, and if you can't take anything and make it positive out of that shit, flush that shit down the fucking toilet. Matter of fact, throw that bitch into the sewer. Don't deal with it. Kill the message. Learn when to kill messages. Learn when to keep messages. And if there's a message that you receive that tapped deep into your fear, your hurt, your traumas, what I want you to do is take that message, knock that bitch out of your life. But then I need you to turn around, take a look, and figure out, why did this message, why did this information impact me the way it did? And you do some healing. Listen to what I said. You get some negative shit coming in your life, whether it's with good intentions or not. You take that information, knock that shit out of your life, and make sure it doesn't come back. Then you decide whether the person who keeps bringing you this shit is worthy of being in your motherfucking life, okay? And then once you handle that business, then you go back to yourself and you take care of yourself. And you look at, why did this make me angry? Why did this make me anxious? Why did I become scared? Why am I unsettled? Why am I confused? Why am I feeling these things? And you sit with that shit and you figure it out. You don't need to hire a therapist. You don't need to do any of that shit. You need to sit with that, shut the fuck up, sit with it. Shut the fuck up, sit with it. And see what it's trying to tell you. Because then when you can identify what the issue is, you can solve the problem. I don't believe in bitching, moaning, nagging, complaining. I believe in beheading the goddamn problem. Because once you chop the fucking head off, it's said and done. It's over. And then you move on with your life. Do you understand? You don't? Listen to this again. But not all information that's out there is meant for you. And just because it moves you, good or bad, you have a choice to choose what you pay attention to, what you give your energy to. Whether it be a person, a place, or a thing, you have a choice. You have the veto power. You rule over your world. And you get to choose what is a part of your life and what's not a part of your life. What you pay attention to, what you do not pay attention to. And if you paid attention to some shit and you made a mistake, you erase that motherfucker like it never existed and you move on. Do you understand? Come back to me. Until the next time. Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and follow me on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding and let me know what you think about this episode and my show. Episode 134 will be here the week of March 15th, 2021 from Difficult and Demanding.